one word that possibly defines 2020, it would be stress. And I don't think any of us have sat back and go, you know what? Did not have enough stress in 2019. Yeah, give me an extra dose of stress this year. But if we know that this is going to happen, if we know that stress is going to be a part of our lives, no matter what, it will serve us to actually unpack what stress is and really look at what we can do to navigate stressful times in an easier way and maybe even prevent some of that undue stress that we cause ourselves when stressful situation happens. And there's really 6 key things I have found that really make a huge and significant difference on how we navigate our times that are stressful and whether or not we cause more stress in them. So today, I really want to unpack those 6 key things for you so you can have them in your toolbox so you can practice them when stress comes, and really they're great things to even practice on a daily basis. If we haven't met before, real quick, my name is Jen Fleiken, your holistic empowerment coach, taking you from a place of stuck to authentic thriving through personal training, group fitness, nutrition coaching, life and transformation coaching, and educational stuff just like this. So you like, subscribe, follow, and let me know I would love to know in the comments. I respond to them all and read them personally. What kind of things do you do to navigate stress? And have you found that 2020 has been a lot harder for you to even navigate stress? Or which one of the things we mentioned today are you going to start implementing right away? I'd love to hear your thoughts and your feedback because we learn together. We're better if we can actually learn this together. So stress. Everybody deals with stress in their own way. And some people decide to cower away and cry almost in the corner, right? Others try to fight their way through any stressful situation, while some just tend to freeze and bottle everything up inside until it bursts out like a balloon that's been inflated way too much and can't handle the pressure anymore. And regardless of how you deal with this sort of situation, what you need to really understand, I think what we all do, is that when we're stressed and our body immediately forces itself into making the right decision, okay, to escape the situation unharmed, is that fight or flight response. For example, people that choose to fight option tend to have their blood rushed to their muscles, ready for any response, which is where the red-faced reaction comes from. On the other hand, the people that are not used to fighting it out with whoever's causing and maybe the disturbance will most likely end up having most of their bodily functions actually shut down and causing them to really freeze immediately and not even be able to say or do anything. And we've all had to face off against unpleasant situations. That's a fact, whether it be someone annoying to us or making our day harder or just a series of unfortunate events that seem to imply that, I don't know, this year, God, you have it in for me. It always sparks the little match inside of us, which causes us to feel unpleasant sensations in our whole body, making it so that we see only maybe red in front of us, or, that we just completely shut down. But hey, I'm not here to focus on that. I'm here today to help you get past unfortunate events and function properly for the rest of the day. Regardless of what you're going through, today will actually empower you to cope with this better, making sure that you and I know exactly how to escape uncomfortable situations by simply preventing our cause in them, by making them bigger than they need to be, or navigating gracefully through them. So let's go and continue. And let's start with the easiest way to avoid being stressed out. All right, number 1, have someone you can talk to. Whether it be someone, a friend or a psychologist, a life coach, someone that you can actually really talk to. Because if things accumulate, think about that's where the burst comes from, right? Be a family member. It doesn't matter the slightest who it is. The only thing that matters is that you know someone that will listen to all of your problems and offer you a shoulder for you to even cry on at times. We all need it, regardless of who you are or what kind of person you think you are. We all need to understand this fact, and that we all need to fall on our knees every now and then and needs a pick-me-up, okay? So there's no shame in this. It has nothing to do with persevering or image stroking or your ego. It's a necessity. Forget about being the cool guy, the tough girl that doesn't need help. I used to be that way. For a moment, think about your sanity. Once, believe me when I tell you, it's not a laughing matter. It's not something that, really you have to deal with it sooner or later. I spent a lot of my time thinking I didn't need to. I was wrong. Okay, number 2, sleep. This is another pretty basic one, which we all should probably already know, like, ooh, genius, Jen. But it's very useful since most of the time our mood is dictated by the amount of sleep that we get. So don't slack off on this. And I'm not even asking for 7 to 8 hours. 6 hours, okay? We can do that. 6 hours. We can put that in, okay? 8 hours is great if you can do that, but most of us really can't do that. That's not practical. I'm all about being practical. And so 6 hours is much more achievable. Any sense, Dr. Arthur will tell you that sleep is, imperative to our mental health. Without a good 6 to 8 hours sleep, we are literally unable to function as a human being anymore. So 6 hours sleep. Number 3, help others. And I cannot stress this enough, okay? Times when I'm in the worst state, times when I'm stressed, when I'm in a bad mood, when I can't get out of my funks, I go volunteer somewhere, I help someone else out. It gets me out of my own head, out of myself. I cannot stress the fact that we really need to make sure that we are helping others. That should be a part of our daily. I've always had this daily 3. I look for 3 people that I can do something for. They can't do anything back to me. It makes a world of difference. So help those around you, and it's such an important step as it really helps you forget about your own problems. And, and focus on those around you and really realize how bad we really don't have it, This also makes people around you like you more. Let's face it, another one, which is great for stress reduction as a whole. So next time that you see someone, drop something to the ground, or whenever you see someone maybe dealing with a lot of their own stress themselves, give them, a listening ear, give them something maybe to help them work through that. A surprise, maybe buy them lunch or something. Whatever it is, as long as you know what you're, getting yourself into, you should be able to accomplish your mission in no time in helping them feel better, right? Okay, so number 4, keep a positive mindset at all times. Gratitude, in existence of gratitude, a lot of other emotions can't exist. So whatever you might be facing off mentally, we need to make sure that we always keep a positive mindset. Keep that smile on your face and carry on, like there is no tomorrow in a way. Not stuffing our emotions, but this is good mentally, since most of the time, for the placebo effect, if nothing else, it will force, it enough that eventually it'll take us there, right? So before we know it, we will mentally be there. It's good to maintain a positive mindset. Listen to calming music, okay? There's plenty of playlists out there, on YouTube or Spotify, or maybe you have a playlist. For me, one of the key things that I do on my phone, okay, this is funny, but it's so true. People make fun of me in a way, but it works. My text message and my ringtone each month, they change, okay? And it's a song, okay? Each one has a song. So whatever I need, maybe if I'm stressed, I'm gonna have a calming thing. Maybe time my phone goes off, it's like stress for me, so I'm gonna put something calming on there. Or like maybe for work, I need to be really motivated this month, so I'm gonna have like Eye of the Tiger or something on there when St. Elmo's Fire or something on there that really like gets me going. When I hear, I'm like, yeah, I'm in it, Or maybe I need to have more compassion or something. I would have a song that talks about that, And so when it goes off, music is such a way to drive us. Or you could even record yourself saying something, and then when your phone goes off, it, repeats it back to you. And really having something, I say, have, first thing in the morning when you wake up, feet the ground, say something you're grateful for. At lunch break, say something you're grateful for. When you go before you go to say something you're grateful. When you have conversations with people, come at it from something you're grateful for first before you complain. Like making this a norm will radically change. Just our stress level will come down, and the fact too, we'll realize that we have a lot more than we even realize. And so many times we just forget what we can be thankful for. Podcasts are another great thing to listen to. I even have a podcast where I do a daily 5 real quick and just get you on the right track on your mind and stuff, and some quick tips and stuff. So find what works for you, but there's no way that we can get through life without being grateful. And then number 5, break down problems into smaller ones. So many times it can be so overwhelming because we see all this stuff we need to do, and we overreact because we see the big problem, right? So what happens if we start breaking it down and analyzing it, right? We break down those issues down step by step until we really see how insignificant they really are, how doable it is to actually accomplish, and we see a solution. It's so helpful for anyone who really can't see a way to fix their problems and move past them. So analyzing them carefully will always be a great way of finding solutions to really help you fix them, in the first place. And that goes with even, big tasks we need to do. I do it all the time. And then number 6, I can't stress enough the importance of nature. If you're someone who does not get outside, vitamin D, that sunshine, but nature is in solitude. Okay, so I'm gonna really stress this here. We need to be okay with being alone with ourselves. I was someone who really struggled with this for the longest time till about 2 years, almost 2.5 years ago, when I decided to do a 2-year no dating thing, because I'd always been in and out of relationships and I was so scared to be alone. And I never realized the importance of being comfortable, really comfortable with who you are by yourself, and the importance of getting away by yourself. And that's the time when we reflect. That's the time when we can process things. And then the importance of that nature with it. Find a park, find something in your, I could say, go on vacation, but really we need to find something within our home environment. Like, for me, I live in the city, but I also live by a lake that has a 10-mile radius around it, and an arboretum. And I have a place at the lake I can go and I can sit in nature, and I can just breathe in, and I can really self-reflect and get away from, I don't take my technology, nothing. It's just me and, me and my notebook there. Okay, and it's a great time to really reflect and to connect back with life and what matters. And something about getting out in nature. Well, I mean, there's tons of studies that show the importance of even getting out and having the time in nature and just being out in nature. But also something about it, obviously you realize how grand life is, and how the little things we worry about and get stressed about, man, they become insignificant. The grandness of what we see. So find a place that you can get away to. I'd say once a week. It doesn't matter. Even if it's 30 minutes. Okay, go, and you don't take technology, or if you do, turn it off while you're there. And if you have kids or something, you turn it off. Or put it on Do Not Disturb, and only check if you absolutely have to. But really, the time where and just sit there and really connect and really think about what you want in life. So many times we cause ourselves stress because we're not chasing the things that we want. We're allowing other opinions of others, right? We're allowing other people to put so much on us. And we allow other people to dictate and decide who we are and who we should become. When really all we need to do is embrace ourselves. Okay? The best journey I took in my life was not a journey I love travel, not a journey over anywhere else. It was the road back to me. It was that journey back to authentically me, void of what other people thought or would say, void of how many people would make fun of me, void of people, I had to get to a place where I did not care. Where all I wanted to do was live fully me and live fully to serve others and have an impact. And if that meant I was going to be alone the rest of my life, or if that meant people were going to make fun of me, or that meant that I had to give up being perfect and to choose consistent progress or perfection, then that's what it had to be. So, but I can't do that. Weekly I go into nature and connect with myself because I have to have that time where I'm asking, am I authentically alive? Because if I'm not, then I'm stressing and then I'm trying to perform. A lot of our stress comes from performance. We're trying to keep up with somebody else. We're trying to show someone else up. All of these things in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? The thing is, when we get to the end of our lives, what's going to happen? We'll be there. We have you. You are important. Only you can live your life, right? And when we look back on when I look back on my deathbed, I'm going to go, did I live full out? Did I help as many? Did I leave something behind for everybody else where they could be better people? Was my life worth it? And the only way our life can be worth it is if we live our life as we were meant to live it. Because no one can be me, no one can be you, no one can take my place. If you don't live your legacy, if you don't live your life that you were meant to live, then nobody else will. And that people that you were meant to touch, things that you were meant to do, maybe things that were supposed to be invented or accomplished, will never be because you didn't live your life as authentically you. Do you really want to avoid a lot of stress in your life? Be you. Just you. We don't need you to be anybody else. Go connect with nature this weekend. And ask yourself, am I being authentically, fully alive? Am I really me? In that place of solitude where it's just you and you question that, I'm fully passionate about that. I mean, the only way for me to help you from stuck to authentic thriving is that road back to you. That's really what I help people do. Help them find themselves in their truest form. When we do that, we take care of ourselves. Because we're not allowing other people's opinions or what people have said before condemn us, and we're not playing that tape over and over again. You know, take some time to throw away, put aside those electric devices and ask yourself, am I causing my own stress? So what do? We need to talk with someone. Get 6 hours of sleep. We need to help others. We need to keep that positive mindset. We need to break down big problems into smaller ones, right? We need to spend time in nature. But the most important thing is to be fully alive and fully you. There's no shame in that at all. In fact, it's the greatest place to be. And so, do you have someone to talk to? Are you getting enough sleep? Do you have a positive mindset? Are you helping others? You're breaking big problems into small ones. And you're spending time in nature, identifying who you truly are. So in conclusion, stress is not always a bad thing. In prehistoric ages, we used to depend upon stress in order to survive. For example, a saber-toothed tiger would be approaching us. Our stress would force us to make a move immediately. That's a good thing. We no longer, though, require this sort of spider sense, if you can say anymore, since we no longer live in constant fear. So if you follow those 6 steps, then really you should find a place where you are at least less stressed or able to navigate stress. My goal is to see you all thrive, to navigate life, because being fit, like I said, is more than just being fit in our body. It's being fit mentally, emotionally, spiritually, like all those different ways. We need to be fit as a whole person. And so I'd be curious, what did you think of this 6? Are there any that you're going to incorporate? Are you going to go connect with nature? What resonated with you? Do you have any questions today that came from today's talk? If you do you have other questions? Please ask them below. I do a lot of these based on your questions. I love your questions. Love your questions. Love your interaction. I will respond to the comments. I go back and I respond to every single one of them. So you just have to give me a couple of days, but I will respond to each one. And I'd love to know, what is it that you do to help out with stress? Is there something you thought should have been on this list that wasn't? And if you do one, I'd love you to come back and give me feedback and let me know what worked or what didn't work. And if you need a 180 in life at any point, if you feel like you are just at that place of stuck and you really do need some help figuring out how you can move to that authentic, thriving place, there's always a way to get in touch with me in the show notes, or you could just message me here, or you could just even put in the comments of say, you can even put in the comments, 180 ready, and I'll reach out to you. And so know that I'm truly here for you. I have several master classes coming up. There'll be a series of through my different certifications and stuff. If you are looking to rewrite your life story, I'll have a masterclass series on that where we'll do about 90 minutes each week for about 6 weeks. Or I have discover what your life purpose is. That'll be an 8-week journey where we'll do 90 minutes. So I have lots of workshops I've been working on. I find that I love working one-on-one with people, but it doesn't allow me to help as many people as I want. So I'm moving to a workshop approach as well, so you can be looking forward to that, where we can actually help more of you guys can meet some people who are on the same path as you and all that. So if any of this resonates with you, that might be something you would want to really kind of keep an eye out for. Of course, I'll always post it here on YouTube. I'm also going to try to go live for Q&A here on YouTube as well more often. And so anyway, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for watching. And please make sure you subscribe. For this is someone else who maybe is dealing with a lot of stress in their life that really could benefit. And ask your questions. And so be brave, be kind, live authentically, and always shine, tribe. You're just one habit away. Maybe that habit is find that place that you can connect with nature. I know I'll be out there this weekend for a little bit, spending time reflecting. And I invite you, find your place. And let's see our stress and things that worry us in a grander view. And live a life that's authentically us. So when we get to the end of it, we can say, I live full out. All right, until next time, tribe. Dealing with stress, okay? Accumulation, whether this is a friend or a family member or a psychologist or Let's hope things you